roll up a pull-up. So get your blunt rolled and your drink poured. Tap in, tap the fuck in. I had to start it over. People were saying that they couldn't hear me. You know what I'm saying? Tell me something. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Can y'all hear me now? What's up? Let me know something. Tap in, tap the fuck in. I don't know why y'all couldn't hear me, but we trying this over. How about that? Tap in, tap the fuck in. We here to talk about Pooh Shiesty. Okay, you're good. We can hear. All right, cool. Bet. Tap in, tap the fuck in. We here to talk about Pooh Shiesty, Lil Durk, and All Star JR. Those three guys right there, and what they got in common. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Man, listen. Jason Moore's tap in, tap the fuck in. Yeah, man. I want to tell y'all something about these guys, man. They ain't coming home no time soon, man. How about that? Tap in, tap the fuck in. Man, y'all got to learn from these guys right here, man. Because they crashed out for everybody. So hopefully y'all learn something from this. Tap in, tap the fuck in. And I spoke on all three of these situations. And everything that I said is happening to their ass, man. Tap in, tap the fuck in. All right, let's get to it, right? So, first, I know damn well I'm rolled up. Y'all ass tweaking, bro. They ass is cooked. Show the fuck is. So, before I light this L, I want to read off what they locked up for, and then I'm going to break down everything, what's going on. So, these little articles that I pulled up on these guys, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to read them off to y'all, and then we going to talk about it. All right, so we going to start with this one. This is Pooh Shiesty's homeboys, Big 30 and his daddy, right? So let me read that to y'all. Big 30 and Lontrell Sr. are the first ones in their case to enter a not guilty plea. They both face the same charges: kidnapping, extortion, and interstate transport of stolen goods. Pooh Shiesty and the other 6 defendants have not entered a plea yet. All right, y'all heard that. That's what's going on with the Pooh Shiesty shit. We gonna come back to it. Avion Arcade, what's the deal? Tap in, tap the fuck in. All right. This next one we gonna go to is All Star JR, right? Hold up. It's real bright. Y'all can't see it, but I'm gonna read it off to you. So All Star JR has been denied bond pending trial in the Eastern District of Michigan. Court documents show the judge ruled the case involves a violent crime and firearm, triggering a presumption of detention. The court found clear and convincing evidence that he poses a danger to the community and that no release condition would ensure public safety. The decision also cited the weight of evidence and seriousness of the charge. He reportedly facing up to 15 years if convicted in connection to the NBA 10 shooting. All right? Y'all heard that. That's about All Star JR. Like I said, we're going to break all this down. I just want y'all to hear everything, right? Okay. Now, this is about Lil Durk. And this is why he locked up right now. So I'm going to read this, right? Okay. Lil Durk is currently behind bars due to a murder for hire charge tied to the 2002 killing of Xavier, something like that, Lil Pyle Robinson, a cousin of rapper Quando Rondo. His trial, initially set for January 2026, has been delayed to May 2026. Amid allegations of phone-related violations and concerns over flight risk. The rapper's legal team had expressed concerns about his prolonged solitary confinement, which means he in the hole, which may implicate the Eighth Amendment prohibit on cruel and unusual punishment. Lil Durk was arrested without bond in October 2024 and has been denied bail multiple times due to concerns over flight risk and the strength of evidence against him. He was placed in solitary confinement, again, which is the hole, for violating prison rules, reportedly for possessing the Apple Watch, but was released after 5 months. His defense team continues to navigate and damn. His defense team continues to navigate the complexities of his case. Okay, and then at the bottom it say key developments in Lil Durk case. Number one, murder for hire charges tied to the 2022 killing of Lil Pop. Trial delay scheduled for May 2026. Solitary confinement released after 5 months, but concerns over treatment remain. Bail denials due to flight risk and strength of evidence. All right. So, y'all heard all of that, right? Okay. So, if y'all heard all that, what do that tell you? None of them guys ain't going nowhere. No time soon. All of they is about to do some time. Everybody I just named, Lil Durk, Pooh Shiesty, his whole crew, and All Star JR. All of them is about to go away for a long time. It's sad to say it, man, but it's the truth. Now let me break this shit down, right? So I'm gonna start with All Star JR, right? The home team. You know what I'm saying? Detroit native. We gonna start with All Star, man. All Star East Side guy. Y'all know I'm from the West Side. You know what I'm saying? All Star from the East. You know, but anyway, All Star. You know he get into it with Jay Prince, and you know they whole crew down there in Texas and all that shit, right? They going back and forth beefing with each other, you know. Like I said, I said this before, you know, JR, one of them boys, he don't play that. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get right up with you. He don't play that. I don't know him personally, but he rock with my hood. You know what I'm saying? Like he be with my hood and shit like that, you know. So I know dog, like real talk, you know, before all this blew up shit, whatever, right? But he one of them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like real shit. And I told y'all he got shot before. And he got shot in my hood. You know what I'm saying? He got shot like 5 or 6 times. You know what I'm saying? One, he got shot in the head or some shit. Like got shot in the jaw, or you know, he got shot somewhere up in here. You know, and his face was all swallowed up and shit. But you know, that was some street shit. You know, he had going on. Real shit. So you know, JR, he one of them niggas for real. He be on it. But anyway, you know, he into it with mob ties and all that shit, right? Sign pop that blunt. Y'all ass be tweaking, bro. I don't know what y'all thought. Y'all know damn well I ain't about to go off without lighting a blunt. Y'all ass be tweaking, bro. Hold up. Give me a second. Y'all ass tweaking. How about that? All right, now we talking something. Hold up. All right, there you go. So like I'm saying about All Star, you know, and he got shot up in my hood and shit, you know, on some street shit, cause he really be on that type of time, you know what I'm saying? And you know, somebody caught up with him, you know, real shit. But he be on it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, he get into it with Mob Ties and them, Jay Prince and all them and shit, right? You know. And when he get into it with them, he going back and forth with them and shit. And then Jay Prince Jr. decided to drop a little video of Jay Prince and All Star JR Baby Mama together. Right after that, this nigga JR slide down there to Houston. He slid down there to Jay Prince, little venue at a restaurant called Confessions down there or some shit. Mob Ties was having a venue there, and JR was there as well. Why the fuck is JR there? And he beefing with them. Cause like I said, he be on that tip. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga Jay Prince Jr. dropped that video, him and JR Baby Mama. And JR came down there and got up with him. How about that? It's a reaction for every action. You know what I'm saying? Some guys move different. And like I said, JR one of them niggas. He moved different. So he ain't with all that internet beefing. He gonna come get up with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. So he went and got up with him. He ended up at their club and shit with his jewelry on and all of that. He was on that like shit. He gonna slide in, slide out this bitch, and ain't nobody gonna do shit to him, with his jewels on and all of that. Well, that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Jay Prince said BN10, NBA BN10, and his homeboy set them up, to go rob JR and shit, right? So they ran up on him. They got the scuffling and shit. Boom. Next thing you know, the whole room jumping on JR. They all stumping him out, throwing chairs on him, all type of shit, right? Well, with that being said, one of them guys dropped a gun. JR picked it up and he got the shooting. When it first happened, that was the only word that was out here. They got him on the ground, they beating him up, somebody gun dropped, he grabbed the gun, he got the shooting. Boom, it was self-defense. That's what everybody was saying, right? But I told y'all, what the police called him was a fleeing suspect. They called him a suspect. That means you going to jail. Whenever they call you a suspect, you going to jail. So I knew it when they called him a suspect. I knew he was going to jail, right? Everybody like it's self-defense, stand your ground. Them Texas rules, stand your ground, right? And that's fine. Understood, right? But what y'all not understanding is when you a felon, you can't touch a gun at all. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you feel, no matter what the situation is. Once you become a felon, you cannot touch a gun at all. It don't matter if it's being used against you or what. You cannot touch a gun. You can't even be around a gun, let alone touch one. So I knew it was a problem for him then. You know what I'm saying? Now they got him locked up on, felon in possession charges. And they saying he looking at 15 years. Let me tell y'all something. Felon in possession, it ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? Felon in possession is probably like, it's anywhere in between like 3 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your record, shit like that, 3 to 10 years. They said he looking up to 15 years. So what that tell you, Mr. Roll Up? That tell me he got another charge coming up. They already starting him off facing 15 already, just for a felon in possession. They get a little deeper than that. He looking at new charges. They just ain't brought it up yet. What charges he looking at, Mr. Roll Up? Attempt murder. telling y'all right now, he looking at an attempt murder. Why you say that? Because new video then came out about him. When the shooting happened, he got up and he stood over NBA Ben 10 and shot him up like 5 more times. Chased down the other guys with the gun, shooting at them. When somebody turn their back on you, they no longer a threat to you. No matter what the circumstance is. If somebody turn their back on you, they are no longer a threat to you. That's just how the system look at it. It ain't about how you look at it. It's about how the system look at it. The system look at it as if that person got their back turned to you, they are no longer a threat. So him chasing them down is an attempt murder. They no longer a threat. It's attempt murder. He stood over NBA Ben 10. That's not self-defense. Kim Murphy, what's the deal? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. But it's not an attempt. It's not a felony. It's not a felon in possession no more. Now it's an attempt murder. You chase these guys down, blowing at them, and then you stood over this guy and shot him multiple times after you done already initially shot him. Now you standing over him. That's not self-defense. Nice to meet you too. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. So he looking at more charges. You know what I'm saying? Then they say he pistol whipped Ben 10. He spit on them, all type of shit. They look at all of that. Everything that happened, they count all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it went from a self-defense to now he looking at a possible attempt murder. Straight up. Where Ben 10 is paralyzed and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like beating a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? Like he doing too much. So yeah, it's about to get real. He looking at some more charges. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at. And that's what I mean by he ain't going nowhere no time soon. And I told y'all this. He ran from the scene for a reason. And here it is. They can't pick his ass up quick. And they saying that they gonna use his lyrics against him. Yeah. All of that trolling and dissing he was doing right after the shooting and all that, they using all of that shit against him. Ball business, because it's just entertainment, right? But that's when it's just entertainment. This is not entertainment. This is real life. You really did this. It's on camera, and you a fleeing suspect. You know that they looking for you. You know that they was trying to question you. You know what happened, and you did. Not only you left, now you on the internet trolling. Nah, they coming to get you. And they using that against you. He ain't going nowhere no time soon. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that is working for him is that he didn't kill them boys. You know what I'm saying? If he would have killed them boys, it would have been a wrap for him. Straight up. So luckily he didn't kill nobody. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got All-Star out the way, right? So he ain't going nowhere no time soon. He looking at 15 a minimum. He looking at a minimum. Well, nah, they said facing up to 15. So he looking at upward 15 years right now, right? So he ain't going nowhere no time soon. Let's go over to Pooh Shiesty. We all know about this case, you know. He robbed Gucci on some bullshit, you know. Too many people was there that seen this shit. You know, he had to cover his own ass. This is assets. You know, cameras was around. Pooh Shiesty was on ankle monitor, tether. You know what I'm saying? Not only he was on tether, he was on house arrest. You know, they got too much on that whole situation. And now you got Big 30, which was a part of that case, and Lontrell Senior, which is Pooh Shiesty daddy. You know what I'm saying? They pleaded not guilty. So that means going to trial. Just like I told you, they ain't giving them boys no offers. They through. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, they through. What's the deal? Tap in, tap the fuck in. They not giving them boys no deals. It's over with. Especially Pooh Shiesty. It's over. So they gonna have to take their case to trial. What that mean, Mr. Roll Up? That mean it's all or nothing. No plea deals, no cops, no nothing. It's either all or nothing. So basically, it's like they looking at a damn murder sentence. You know what I'm saying? They go to trial and lose, they gonna get cooked. They gonna get like 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Shock Dog. What's up, bro? What's up? What's today's topic about? Also, I subscribe. Good looking. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. But today's topic, I'm talking about All Star JR, Pooh Shiesty, and Lil Durk, and what all they got in common. Ain't none of theirs going home no time soon. And I'm breaking all this shit down, you know. Shit crazy, man, but them boys ain't going nowhere, you know. But what I was saying about Pooh Shiesty, right? So Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty Daddy said, nah, we not guilty. So they going straight to trial, right? Now the other six and Pooh Shiesty, they haven't came up with a deal yet. So basically, if Pooh Shiesty like plead guilty, they might give him something like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But if he don't plead guilty, which is not guilty, he going to trial. And if he lose that trial, he gonna get like life, 30 plus. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get some time if he go to trial. They don't play with trial. You know what I'm saying? You lose. They spend a lot of money. They spend like $80,000 on each trial. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they feel like you wasted the court's time, you wasted the jurors' time, you wasted everybody's time, and you knew you was guilty. You know what I'm saying? So they'll smoke your ass at trial if you get found guilty. That's why it's all or nothing. It's either you get found not guilty and go home, or you get found guilty and get slammed. That's just trial for you. You know what I'm saying? So Pooh Shiesty ain't even came up with a deal yet. He looking like, man, either way it go, I'm cooked. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't even came up with a decision yet. It's over with. And I don't know if y'all seen the clip of his lawyer. His lawyer stepped down from his case. White dude. Y'all can look it up. His lawyer stepped down from his case. Why you think his lawyer stepped down from his case? He couldn't afford what that lawyer wanted, and that lawyer know his ass gonna get cooked. And he got a high powered attorney. You know what I'm saying? They don't want them kind of L's on their record. You know what I'm saying? Like hell no. That lawyer already know this case is lost. He already know. So he not about to take that L. He not about to put that L on his record. You know what I'm saying? He stepped down. So Pooh Shiesty know he cooked. He just caught in the trends right now. He don't know if he want to plead guilty or not guilty. He know either way it go, he smoked. So he thinking like, man, maybe if I go to trial, I might just beat it, might beat a couple of charges or something, whoop de whoop. But then if I don't, I'm gonna get smoked. So if I plead guilty, I'm gonna still get hit with a lot of time, but at least it ain't gonna be the rest of my life. That's what he's stuck in between right now. And he don't know what to think. Because if he did, guess what? He would have pleaded. See, when you in jail, you got time to plead guilty or not guilty. You know what I'm saying? You got time. They still got to sentence you and, take you through your court procedures and process and all that shit. So you got time. Whether if you want to plead guilty or not guilty, you know what I'm saying? You got time. Sometimes it's best just to get your money and sit the fuck down. 100%. That's what I do. I go get mine. I chill. I don't be on nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't be on shit. Y'all just see I be switching up the whips, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? I eat good, switch whips. That's it. I don't be on nothing. I be on chill. Straight up. Real talk. I need some of that. I know you do. It's that real shit. Oh yeah, I got a short coming up for y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Show y'all where Mr. Roll Up get his shit from. Y'all let's be tweaking, bro. Y'all think I go to a dispensary? I'm in the hood with it. I already did it. I'm gonna upload that shit tomorrow. Y'all let's tweaking, bro. Yeah, I get my shit straight from the block. Y'all let's tweaking. I don't do no dispensary weed. But anyway, so Pooh Shiesty, he don't know how to plead right now. He don't know what to think. All he know is he hit. That's all he know. He know he hit. You know what I'm saying? So he's sitting there thinking, what he gonna do? I think he need to just go ahead and plead guilty because he know he guilty. He know he gonna get found guilty. You know what I'm saying? If he don't get found guilty on nothing, he gonna get found guilty on breaking that ankle monitor violation. And they can give him as much time they want just for that alone. You know what I'm saying? They can give him 20 years just for that alone if they want to. You know how much that motherfucking tether costs? That shit ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? And they make you pay for it. It ain't like it's a free tether just on your leg and, the government got to pay for it. No, you got to pay for that tether. You know what I'm saying? They bill you later. But every day that you on that tether, it's a charge. I think it might be like $40, $50 a day for that bitch just being on you. You know what I'm saying? And they charging it every day. Straight up. Your ass tweaking. So whatever it is, he gonna get smoked. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't even came up with a plea yet. He don't know what to think. You know what I'm saying? So Pooh Shiesty ain't going nowhere no time soon. You know what I'm saying? So sit him out for a minute. Like I said, he looking at a good 20 years. You know what I'm saying? JR looking at 15. Pooh Shiesty looking at 20. 20 to life. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Now let's slide over to Durk. Talk about Durk for a minute. I ain't said nothing on Durk in a while. But that's what we're here to talk about. All the shit that they got in common, right? Durk, he locked up on the worst out of all three of them boys. You know what I'm saying? Murder for hire. They call him the big fish. You know what I'm saying? He the one that got the money and called the shots. That's every Fed dream, the big fish. And he powerful in the hip hop world. He powerful on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Big fish. He made millions of dollars and could be on the block with 100 killers. It's a big fish. You know what I'm saying? Then he fucked around and did what he did. Got him knocked. And they couldn't wait. You know what I'm saying? Y'all lads be tweaking, bro. I know Dirt people from back home, and Dirt isn't really not no street guy like that. Hey, that's understood. But the thing is, when you got the money, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's about the money. The money control. Listen, money control killers. You don't got to be shit like that. But if you got the money, you can control the killers. You know what I'm saying? You put a couple dollars in their pocket, you can control them. Flat out though. As long as you got the money, you call the shots. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Dirk blew up. He got the money. We know Dirk ain't really like that. He been in the damn industry since what? He was like 17, 18. You know what I'm saying? Like, he been in the game for a long time. So he ain't been in the streets like that. You know, and when he was in the streets, he probably was in the streets for 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Then he was in the booth. So we know he wasn't doing that like that. And if he was, they would have been locked his ass up, you know? So that wasn't the case, you know. He got the money. That's what it is. He got that money. He got that bag. You know what I'm saying? He got that bag. Nigga, like real shit. Like, you know, they said Dirk don't even know King Vine. You know what I'm saying? But playing like that's his brother and all type of shit. And they said he ain't even know Vine. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Vine hopped on the team because of why? Because Dirk had the money. That's how it go. So Dirk having the money, the power, the fame, the control, instead of him, you know, being who he is, you know, and staying out the way and just let his shit slide like he's supposed to, he had something to prove to the streets and the internet. And he crashed out. You know what I'm saying? This not coming from Mr. Roller. This in the paperwork. He crashed out. That's just all there is to it. And his own co-defendants is telling on him. His own homies, they telling on him. Wait till all of this unfold. It's more than one person telling on Dirk. I'm telling you. Wait till all this shit unfold. The majority of them boys gonna fold on for a plea deal. Yeah, why you think this shit keep getting pushed back? They collecting all the evidence they can to bury Dirk. They want him. You know what I'm saying? They gonna bury him, man. So it's like Dirk, he looking at the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? I don't see them giving him nothing but life. Straight up. And I think out there in Cali, I think they got the death sentence. You know what I'm saying? If they want to, if he get found guilty, they can give him the death penalty if they got it down there. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. It can get real bad real quick. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. So Dirk, he looking at life. And that's what I mean about all three of these guys, what they got in common. They all in the feds. They all looking at a lot of time. And on top of it, it's like I told you, just because you looking at 15 years, that don't mean that's what you gonna do. You could be looking at 15 years Judge can give you 15 years, right? Okay, that's your minimum sentence. When you go to prison, you can get into some shit, get more time, all type of shit. Or just at the 15 years when you go see the parole board, they be like, hey, we don't want to let you out. Not yet. You know what I'm saying? Go sit down for another year or two. They can do that. And they do it all the time. I was in prison with a dude, just a real story, real shit, right? I was in prison with this guy, right? When I got to prison, fresh there, right? I met this older guy, right? He was in the Nation of Islam, right? Cool as older dude. He was real tall, big diesel guy, right? But he had the gray hair. Like you could tell he was an older guy. But he looked younger because he, was real healthy and shit, right? And for some odd reason, he fucked with me. He like, you a real nigga, I fuck with you, woo, woo, right? Like when I first came there and shit, right? And he a known killing that bitch and all of that, like real shit. And he came to me one day, he like, I might have been there about 2 months at this point, right? So people getting to know who I am, shit like that, right? I never been in no PC or none of that. I always been in GP, general population. You know what I'm saying? So I was out there with all the murderers, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was normal to be on the yard with murderers. Like that's just what it was. And he was one of them, right? So he ran up on me. He like, dog, I fuck with you, woo, woo. I'm like, straight up. He like, yeah, man. He like, I see me and you. You know what I'm saying? He like, I was like you when I was younger. Woo, 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 right? So we do a thing called spinning laps on the prison yard. Spinning laps just y'all just walking around the circle. You know what I'm saying? Type shit, right? So you just spin laps around the circle, right? This is a reason why a lot of niggas come out healthy and all built and shit like that. It's because of all of the walking. A lot of niggas don't even be working out. A lot of them just do a lot of walking, and that shit will trim your body up just walking. You know what I'm saying? And in prison, you don't got shit else to do but walk. So it's called spinning laps, right? So we get to spinning laps and shit. He kicking it with me. We get to talking about why we in prison and shit. So I'm like, how much time you got? He was like, man, you won't believe how much time I had. I'm like, you had? Like, what you talking about? He said, man, I came down with a 1 to 20. And like, I've been locked up 19 years. He like, I max out next year. Fuck me up. He came down with 1 year. 1 year was his minimum. 20 years was his maximum. He did the whole 20 years. He was only supposed to do 1 year. He did the whole 20. I'm like, how the fuck you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like he was supposed to be gone 18 years ago. He like, nah. He like, I was crazy like that. He like, I was in here stabbing people. I'm tattooing. I'm getting tattoos. He like, I'm gang banging. I'm getting STG. He like, man. He like, I just looked up. Every time I went and seen the parole board, they just kept flopping me. He like, nigga, I'm at 19 years now. So he was only supposed to do 1 year. He ended up doing the whole 20. And the system knew to give him a 20-year tail because they knew he was crazy like that. They like, yeah, we gonna set you up with this 1 year. Because honestly, they don't send you to prison unless you got 3 years or more. You know what I'm saying? You got to at least have 3 years to go to a Michigan prison, right? You got to have at least 3 years. Anything under 3 years, county time. You know what I'm saying? But the way how the judge set it up was for him to go to prison. You know what I'm saying? He only had 1 year to do, but the judge put a 20-year tail on him. So that automatically made him eligible for prison. You know what I'm saying? Because the judge gave him a 20-year tail. And the judge knew he was gonna fuck it up. And he did. True story. He maxed out off of 1 to 20. He did the whole 20. How about that? Y'all let us be tweaking, bro. So my point of that is they know what they be doing. You know what I'm saying? And with these three guys that I just mentioned, Pooh Shiesty, Dirt, All Star JR, don't none of them got a bind. Dirt can't get a bind. He on the murder for hire, right? Oh, he can get a bind. Anybody can get a bond. Anybody, no matter what you locked up for. If a judge sees somewhere fit in your case, you can get a bond for sure. How you know, Mr. Roll Up? I was locked up with plenty of murderers that had bonds. Now they probably couldn't pay their bond. They had a bond. You know what I'm saying? Your ass tweaking. When you have a no bond, that means that they got enough evidence to keep you locked up. Straight up. Let me tell y'all something about bonds, right? How bonds work. See, usually when they give you a bond, it's because it's like, yeah, whatever. We ain't tripping on them. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that money out of them. We ain't worried about him doing shit. Yeah, he might be guilty, but we ain't worried about him. You know what I'm saying? We get his ass later, 6 months. You know, when we sentence him and shit, we cook his ass then, right? So they give you a bond. Especially if the judge like you. Put a 10% on your bond. So just to say, for a case like All Star, right? If anything, he should have a bond for like 100,000. You know what I'm saying? The judge decided to 10% it, because a lot of times they do. A lot of times they 10% it, right? If the judge gave him $100,000 bond, 10% of them. That means he would only have to come up with 10 bands. He could put up a house, a car, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Something probably worth like 8, 9 bands, right? Okay. Just say he got 1,000 left on his bill, of his 10% bill. He didn't put up a car. Just say he put up a car. They gave him 9 bands. They said, all right, this car worth 9,000. All right. You need 1,000 more. Now you can get a bail bondsman. Bail bondsman gonna 10% him off that $1,000. So guess what? He only got to pay that bail bondsman $100. And now he out. He done got out off a $100,000 bond for $100. This is one main reason why they tell certain people no bond. Because they know it can break down like that. A nigga can get out of jail for $100. You know what I'm saying? And it happen all the time. That's why some of y'all be like, damn, how the fuck he got out of jail on that $50,000 bond? That nigga don't got no money. But that's the breakdown. They'll put a 10% on it. You know what I'm saying? But they not just gonna tell the public it's 10%. They'll just say it was a $50,000 bond, $100,000 bond, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, most judges will put a 10% on it. Your ass get out of jail for $100 type shit. It happen all the time. Even on $1 million bond. Just say with Lil Durk, they can give him $1 million bond. And I'm just stick with me. I'm gonna make all this make sense. They can give Durk $1 million bond, right? Like I said, behind the scenes, you know, they get 10%. They 10% that $1 million bond. He gonna get out about 10 bands. He be out 10 bands. How you get that, Mr. Roll Up? Well, 10% of $1 million is what? 100,000, right? Durk can come up with like 80, 90 bands worth of collateral. Just saying, off the leash, you know. Okay, now he got 10, 20,000 left on his bill. He can get a bail bondsman. You know what I'm saying? That bail bondsman 10% him. He fuck around and get out of jail for $1,000. How about that? Dirt fuck around and get out of jail for $1,000 off a $1 million bond. And a 2 million, 3 million, 4 billion. You know what I'm saying? Just giving you an example. Like he can get out of jail for a couple $1,000s. And this is why they don't get no bond. Because they know how that bond can break down. $1 million bond can break down to $1,000. Y'all ass be tweaking, bro. So don't always look at a bond like, oh damn, that bond high as hell. Like, nah. All they gotta do is 10% it. You can get a bail bond and get the fuck up out of here. Straight up. So, same thing with Pooh Shiesty. They not giving him a bond. No bond for none of these guys. Pooh Shiesty not getting a bond because he violated, Tether and all the shit he did behind it, no bond. Because these guys are a threat to society and they have enough evidence to prove it. So it's no bond. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And that's what all three of these guys got in common. They all have a no bond. That means they not going nowhere no time soon. That means until they go to trial and they get smoked, or if they plead guilty and get smoked. Either way it go, they not going home until they done doing their time that the judge sentenced them to, no matter what it is. Ain't none of them coming home. That's just the bottom line. They all about to do some time. All of them. All-Star JR, Pooh Shiesty, Lil Durk. All three of them about to do some time. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And let's go back to the All-Star JR thing, right? With NBA Ben 10 and his homeboy. I told y'all they gonna go to jail too. And now they saying that Ben 10 is out the hospital. Okay. Guess what? They watching him. They about to be up next. I'm telling you. This how this shit work. Why is they going to jail, Mr. Roller? They the ones got shot. Well, guess what? They the ones that started. All of this is on camera. This wouldn't have never started in the first place if Ben 10 and them never attacked them. See how that worked? So they going to jail too. Either they going to jail or they gonna have to do a whole lot of snitching. They gonna have to get on the stand, pointing people out, all type of shit. And honestly, that might make some sense. Cause I believe that mob ties and all this shit, I believe they about to get recalled. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's just Mr. Roll-Up beliefs. This ain't nothing set in stone or none of that shit. It's just my beliefs, But I believe that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And them boys get to singing, it's gonna get ugly. You know what I'm saying? So it's something going on. Either they about to get locked up real soon, or they gonna be doing some telling. Either or. Because they are the ones that started this, flat out. They started this shit. They didn't have to run up on All-Star, but they did. So, yeah, they gonna have to talk. Something gonna have to come out. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen. All of them boys is hit. All of them. And not only, let's go to Durk, right? With Durk, not only he got this shit going on in LA with Lil Pop, he got some shit back in Chicago going on. Y'all keep forgetting it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep forgetting it. Durk is hit, man. What he got going on in Chicago? I spoke on this. The retaliation for his brother D thing. right? In retaliation, this is all in the paperwork, all of that. So no, Mr. Roll Up ain't making up shit. Saw in they paperwork. You can look all this shit up. But Dirt paid some niggas in Chicago to kill D-Thang Killer, which is a guy named Stephon Mack. The killers, when he killed the guy, they left behind a bunch of evidence, all this shit. The boys come pick them up. They talking all that. Now they didn't plead guilty. Meaning they gotta speak on who paid them to do what. They got these guys at $1 million worth of game with Dirt, with all his money and all of this shit. They using that against Dirt. They said Dirt paid them at $1 million worth of game right there. He had $1 million at the table and shit. They said he paid the killers right there. So he got some shit going on in Chicago too. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't just got that LA thing going on. It's just that's where his situation is at right now. So just to say, if he beat the LA situation, he's still gonna have to go to Chicago. And the ball rolling on that shit right now. Because like I said, the killers, they didn't plead guilty. So now they gonna have to get to talking. And that mean they already been talking. You know what I'm saying? So, man, Dirt case is getting uglier by the minute. You know what I'm saying? So he not going nowhere no time soon. Forget him. And Pooh Shiesty, again. He violated that tether. He possessed a gun, which they saying he did at the robbery. They say he put a gun in Gucci Mane's face. An AR pistol. You know what I'm saying? It's already a modified gun. Where did you get that from? That's a Fed case itself. A modified gun. A silencer, changed a handgun to a rifle. Any way you modify a gun, you know what I'm saying? It's a Fed case. He got that. He got traveling across state lines, and he a felon. On paperwork, you can't travel across state lines. And the tether tells all of this. So he don't have no fight. You know what I'm saying? And on top of it, when it happened, his PO called him. Told him, get back in the house. What is you doing? And he dipped anyway. So they gonna smoke him for all of that alone. And he get found guilty on the case. He gonna get found guilty. The damn tether gonna tell everything. It's gonna show him traveling from his home all the way to the situation where everything happened at the time that it happened. All of that. It's all gonna be off the tether. They gonna play that shit at trial. That shit is gonna burn him along the tether. It's gonna show him traveling from his house all the way down there to Texas to the damn place where they met up at. It's gonna show all that shit. The time of the robbery, all of that. It's gonna show every move that he made in that building. So they gonna corroborate all that. Like, yeah, he stepped over here, he stepped over there, boom, 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 boom. And they gonna connect all the dots. And it's gonna be just off the tether alone. You know what I'm saying? Not coming home no time soon. So with you don't violate tether and then go rob somebody. You know, back in my time when we was young, when niggas be on tether, you know what a nigga will do? A nigga will do one or two things in the hood, right? On the tether. A nigga either cut that bitch off or he wraps some aluminum foil around it. You know what I'm saying? So he can come outside, right? And with them type of guys that be on tether, when they come outside, they don't come out to be on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They come out because they want to go to a party that's popping off. Big Booty Tika got a party going on. Everybody gonna be at the party. You know what I'm saying? So dog gonna wrap some aluminum foil on his tether because he gotta go to that party. You know what I'm saying? So even if the aluminum foil don't work, right? The most that's gonna happen is the PO gonna come after him and everything. But the PO know that he was at Tika was at the party. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't gonna really get nothing bad for real. He might get like 30 days in jail or some shit like that. Okay, cool. He get out. They might put him back on tether again, or they might terminate his probation or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's how that works. Like with the petty shit when you violate tether or when you cut a tether off, they book your ass. You probably do like 90 days. You know what I'm saying? But by the time you get out, okay, you a free man, going on about your life. You know, and of course it could be longer, and they can make you pay out a lot and all of that. I'm just giving you the basis of it, right? But that's not what Pooh Shiesty did. He didn't violate his tether on going to the club or going to a house party or some shit like that. He violated his tether to go rob somebody. And it's all calculated off the tether. Every step, every move that he made, they gonna corroborate it with the robbery. And there's people there that's gonna testify against it. The cameraman's testifying, the off-duty cops, they testifying. It's over with. You got witnesses that was victims that was there because they got guns pointed at them. They got held behind their will. They got moved behind their freedom. So this armed robbery, kidnapping, extortion, all type of shit. Some of the biggest crimes you can catch. And Pooh Shiesty caught all that shit in one mix real quick. You know what I'm saying? Not going home no time soon. It's over with. It's over with. So all them boys looking at a lot of time. And like I said, with JR right now, they just saying felon in possession. But you ask Mr. Roll Up, he got an attempt murder coming. And they could charge him at any time. They don't got to charge him right now just because he in custody. They can come up with this shit any given moment. You know what I'm saying? They just made sure they locked him up for right now. Like, okay, let's get you off the streets right now. Because not only you did what you did and disappeared, now you all on the internet trolling. Nah, get you off the street right now. We'll dig up the rest of that shit later, but we gotta get you off the street right now. You doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Now you making the system look crazy because everybody know what you did. Everybody know it's you. And you fled the scene and now you all over the internet trolling. So yeah, they gotta get you out the way because you tweaking. You know what I'm saying? Got that nigga out the way. So now they can run that charge on him any given moment. He's just in there on felon in possession right now. But it's all on TV. I done seen the pictures and everything. I know y'all done seen it too. The nigga JR was in there blasting shit. You know what I'm saying? He was in there blasting shit, man. He was hawking niggas down. He wasn't playing. Then when he stood over Ben 10, dog, he pistol whipped him. That's not self-defense. That's overkill. That's beating a dead horse. You tripping. You done already shot this nigga up. You standing over him. He not moving. Now you pistol whip him. Then after you pistol whip him, you spit on him. So his DNA is on Ben 10. His DNA is on Ben 10. When they came and picked Ben 10 up off the floor and all that shit, carried him out on the stretcher, you think they didn't do their ballistics and got All-Star's DNA off his face? Yeah. It's over with. Black Wolf tap in. Tap the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ass be tweaking, bro. But he spit on this man. So he can't deny not standing over him or nothing. Like, if he didn't spit on him, he probably could play it like, man, I was walking over him and I was just shooting, just out of anger. I don't know, maybe I hit him a couple of times, but I was just stepping over him out of anger. And he probably could get off with it. But he spit on this man. His DNA is on his face. Ain't no way around it. It's not self-defense. It ain't no way around it. So he looking at some heavier charges. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they might hit him with an aggravated assault, attempt murder, something. Like, he looking at some serious charges. I'm telling you. I know this shit. When I was in prison, all I did was study law and was around law type motherfuckers. I don't know every single thing or none of that, but I know enough. You know what I'm saying? Put it like that. I know enough, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And these niggas could. That's just the truth. I ain't no lawyer or none of that. I ain't none of that. I'm just not stupid. You know what I'm saying? I know enough. And these niggas could. And JR turned a self-defense into a damn near attempt murder. You know what I'm saying? What was supposed to happen with JR was when they ran up on him and they beat him up and all that, he was just supposed to get beat up. Yeah. I know that sounds crazy as hell, but guess what? He is a felon. He can't do nothing. You can't do shit. You're a felon. You shouldn't have been there in the first place. So in totality, he did this to himself. If we gonna keep it 100, he shouldn't have been down there. JR from Detroit. What the fuck you doing down there? Not saying that you're not no free man. You know, you can do whatever you want. But come on, bro. You was at your ops venue. All the places you could have been, you was at your ops venue. You went down there looking for a problem. They gonna use all of that against him. That's what I'm saying. Like, they showing he looking at over 15 years. Yeah, they counting all of that. And again, they got more charges. They just ain't dropped it yet. And even if they don't drop more charges, they gonna give him enough time just off this felony possession anyway. You know what I'm saying? Through. So none of them boys ain't coming home no time soon. They all hit. Dirt, Pooh Shiesty, All-Star JR. They all hit. Ain't nobody beating their case, none of that shit. So y'all talking about JR gonna beat his case, Dirt gonna beat his case, Pooh Shiesty gonna beat his case. Bro, no, it don't happen like that. It's the feds. It don't happen like that. When they get you, they got you. You know what I'm saying? They don't play that. And some of y'all think a nigga beat their case because they got some probation or something like that. It's only one way to beat your case. And that's if you get found not guilty. If you get found guilty, it don't matter if they gave you probation. You did not beat the case. If you get guilty on your record, you did not beat the case. It don't matter if they didn't give you no time or not. You did not beat the case. With the feds, that's how they coming. You don't beat their cases. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas just don't be beating fed cases. Let's just keep it 100. Niggas is not just beating fed cases. It's not happening. And we talking about guys that are celebrities that got a face that's known and they on camera getting caught doing shit. And the feds came and got all of them. They not going nowhere. It's over with. And they all remanded, no bond. All of them, no bond. Not $1 million bond like I told y'all about earlier. None of that. No bond. We don't want your money because we know how it could break down and your ass can be out the door for $1,000. Or you could be out the door for $100. You know what I'm saying? They not doing that. Nah. Y'all let us stay in jail. Now, let's do the flip side of the bond. I gave y'all the 10% of the bond, right? let's do the cash surety side of the bond, right? Meaning, if a judge say 100,000 cash surety, I mean you gotta come up with that whole 100,000. Judge say $1,000,000 cash surety, you gotta come up with that whole $1,000,000, right? But again, we talking about people that got that kind of money. They can come up with it, or they can come up with the collateral that can equal up to 100,000 or $1,000,000, and that's why they not giving them no bond, because they know these niggas can get to that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? And bind out until trial or whatever. And that time they can do whatever the fuck they need to do. You know? Nah. When the feds come get you, they don't let up off of you. No bond. Nah, you not getting out. You not about to get out here and plan some shit, plot some shit, do some shit. You ain't about to do nothing. You about to sit in jail until the judge sentences you, and then you go to prison and do your time. Yeah. So again, them guys, Pooh Shiesty, Lil Durk, All-Star JR, they ain't going nowhere no time soon. Y'all better learn from this shit, man. The Feds not playing. They picked up another nigga too. Somebody y'all might know of. Lil Zay Osama. Lil Zay Osama from out there in Chicago. Feds picked him up too. You know what I'm saying? No bond. They not playing. They not playing. This is the year that a lot of niggas is going to jail. You know what I'm saying? And the feds is coming to get all of them. They not playing. And when you go to the feds, you don't get out, motherfucker. How about that? Y'all ass be tweaking. It's been another live stream and roll up a poet. So get your blunts rolled and your